Hey Geminis, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your upcoming December through January, your Yule tide seasonal reading here. So, your meditation was short but sweet. Um, I encountered an animal energy that I'm not too familiar with, so I researched it a bit. I saw the image of a centipede. And this centipede looked like it was it was like partially on a ledge. And I couldn't see what exactly it was attached to at first, but it was partially attached to a ledge. And instead of getting its body completely on the ledge, it was kind of hanging off of it, but clinging to this surface. And then the longer I just sat and looking at the centipede, I saw these glimpses of what it was actually attached to. And it was actually attached to the window of a train, and I could see these glimpses of this train and through the view of the window as things were passing by on this train. And it felt like it was attached to this window on the outside of this train. And then I saw the words steady, what was it? Steady effort, effort equals momentum. That's what it was. Steadfast effort equals momentum. Um, what I get from this meditation and from what I read about centipede, it's a very similar energy to the strength key, which is really funny because that's your outcome for this season. But it really speaks of, it's not necessarily about things lining up in a linear way for you for them to be valuable or for you to feel good about them. It's about knowing that sometimes the best that you can do is show up every day, look at yourself in the mirror at the end of it and go, did I do the best I could? And if the answer is yes, great. You've won. Like, you sleep well. That's all you can do. That's all you can be expected to do as a human, right? And if the answer is no, then it's about reflecting, what changes you might want to make for the next day. There is a certain simplicity inherent in this energy for you. And I feel like there is a greater theme of renewal, of recharging, and of allowing yourself, and I feel like this can be hard for Geminis because every Gemini, I've had a lot of Gemini close friends in my life, a lot of Geminis in my current life as well. Um, and something that is very unique to you guys that I think can work for or against you depending on the day or the situation is that you have very high standards of yourselves and of other people and of your situations, but you do hold yourself to a pretty high standard, which means that you can actually be quite hard on yourself, right? It's like, okay, I did this, but I could have done more. Okay, well, I'm doing this, but could I be doing it better? There is that sense of holding yourself to a certain level of expectation that really works for you in a lot of ways, right? Because when you do something and you commit to it, it's done incredibly well, right? But for this season, I'm really getting that is to kind of leave that on pause, that aspect of you, and take a cue from the centipede. It's like trust that it's the little things that you can do in a moment to moment basis, even in a shift in the way that you see something or the way that you think of yourself or see your situation, that can lead to momentum that might even sneak up on you in a good way, right? It's not always about blunt force. It's not always about doing the most in a physical way or something that is very obvious, right? Sometimes it really is about the little choices that you make from love and not fear that really add up. And sometimes it's about choosing to feel satisfied and at ease around just how far you've come before you allow your mind to go into, oh, but where could I be? But what needs to come next? Right? Something about that for you. So, your animal energy for this time is the dolphin, which is, I love when this comes up. This is water energy. This is Ace of Cups. It's a hybrid. It's Ace of Cups slash Six of Cups energy. So, it's Ace of Cups because this is like an overflowing of love, right? It's feeling great in the moment. It's feeling like you have a lot of cause and reason to be grateful and happy, and you're really connected to your emotional core here. I love it. It's 6 of Cups because this is about play, the past, nostalgia, really looking at life, like a child would, where you're really connected into the present moment, where you're not worried about the past, you're not concerned about the future. All the magic that you need access to and all the good feelings for you are only accessible in the present moment. So I like that that dolphin energy is here for you during this time to really coach you around that. I keep seeing the centipede on that train being a symbol of strength and fortitude, and really trusting that you've already done a lot of what you need to do. You have all the tools within you. You know exactly what needs to be done when it's time to do it. And again, it's just about that steadfast effort that it's I think it is creating more momentum than you are fully aware of right now. And I think that that's going to come to fruition next year in some really interesting ways. So enjoy the time getting to where you're going. If there was ever a time to do it, it's Yule. So you're coming through as the 9 of Wands here. So that's the wounded warrior key, right? That's about feeling like, whoo, feeling a bit battered, a bit tired, a bit worse for the wear. But I have fortitude. I feel I'm focused. I care about what I'm doing. I want to do my best. I want to make sure that, like I said, at the end of the day, I can look at myself in the mirror and say, you did all that you could. You did the best that you could, right? So the fact that you're coming in this way tells me that you've done a lot already. You've done a lot already, right? This is fire energy. Wands are about the actions that we do or don't take, usually around the work that we do, but also around the relationships that we are passionate about. So I feel like there is this inner fortitude and fire within you that's been activated for a long time. But I'm really here for you in this point of time there is an opportunity here for a reset. And so don't miss it. Doesn't always come along. Don't miss it. But you are in alignment, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. Yule time is very much about welcoming yourself into the darkness, into the stillness, into the quiet, right? This is the time of year for renewal, for us to do as nature does, to shed our leaves, to be still, to not be thinking about what's going to happen next or what has already happened, right? That's the gift of this season. And I'm really hearing for you, Gemini, your minds are incredibly, like a train station, speaking of trains, incredibly active places. You could miss this time. You could think your way right out of it, right? I do feel like there is stuff coming for you next year that is going to be momentum, that I feel like I'm seeing something being revealed because I only saw glimpses of that train. I couldn't see where it was going. I couldn't see where it was. I couldn't see where it was coming from. I only felt the movement and saw the glimpses of it really quickly. I have a feeling that next year for you is going to be full speed ahead in a good way. And it is a result of your efforts, right? But that centipede was kind of hanging off. So allow yourself to refill your, what are they, coffers? I'm saying get allow yourself to really refuel, replenish. And it's really up to you how much you allow yourself to do that. And whatever that looks like for you, it's not going to look the same for everybody. But if this resonates with you, you're going to understand the ways in which you feel depleted, whether that's mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, whatever that is for you. And be honest with yourself about that. And then I'm really hearing to enact some self-care around how you can find replenishment during this time for yourself. You're going to need it for the time that's coming. So in your place of challenge, you have the devil, right? So this is Capricorn energy. This is just makes all the sense in the world to me because Capricorns are the workhorses of the zodiac. So the fact that this is coming in as your challenge, I do feel like it could be incredibly easy for you to get yourself a little bit overly task oriented during this time and then look up and the season's over, right? This is also Capricorn energy is also earth energy. So I do feel like you're being called to just slow it down, allow things to happen at a little bit of a different pace than you're used to. Try it on for size. Try it on for size, right? Instead of, let's say you're someone who goes into your day with it fully planned out, try not doing that during this time. Try just going with how you feel from moment to moment. I know you're capable of doing that, right? So it's just about being a little bit more mindful of when you might be overdoing it and missing opportunities for that replenishment, right? I'm really drawn to this fire, like get a fire under your butt, fire under your feet. Really be mindful because you're not, it doesn't feel to me like in one of those ways, at least, if not more of them, that you're operating from a full tank. So be mindful around that. You also deserve to rest and be in the present moment and enjoy yourself as well, right? You've done a lot. Like a lot has been going on. So it's an opportunity that who knows when it will come again. Your advice is Page of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm going to hold this up in the upright for the sake of the visual. But this is about new ideas. This is about making plans. This is about it's that first day of school energy. You're like, I have a pentacle here. Pentacles are about, financial wealth, your physical health and wellness in your home, right? Any plans or any ideas that you have to make any change or, any sort of investment that you might want to make around your health, whether that's joining a gym or doing an eating plan or your home, making renovations to your home or moving home or however this might come to pass, it's in the reverse for your advice. Let it be at rest. This isn't you're only if you try to do anything too new during this time, you're going to be informed by you don't have all of your mental, emotional, physical resources available to you. Allow yourself to refill that tank so that you're operating with all of the information and insight available to you, right? If you, this is what I'm seeing. If you needed a surgery and a doctor was going to come in to do the surgery, would you choose a doctor that was in a Nine of Wands energy, needed a few naps and a good meal and maybe some time off? Or would you want a doctor that was in an Ace of Wands energy that only comes from when, you're able to rest and recharge and rebuild that fire within yourself, right? Anything new that you want to do for yourself or any changes you want to make in the new year, plans that you have, allow yourself to get to the Ace of Wands. Refuel that fire within yourself. Because doing it from a Nine of Wands place isn't going to yield the same results. Okay. And again, you can miss out on this very precious time. In your place of victory here, you have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords in reverse. 9 of Swords in reverse, another 9 here, is about nightmares. It's about worst case scenario thinking. 10 of Wands in the upright is about moving, but it's interesting from the 9 of the Wands to the 10 of Wands in your place of victory. I feel like you're reaching certain completion points, but I feel like those completion points aren't so much physical, like you're getting things done, but it's largely mental. It's about your perspective on things, about how you're approaching things. And you're able to see things from a perspective of, okay, I've got 10 wands here. I don't have room for any more. I'm going to lay them down, let my mind be at rest, and just trust that everything that I've done and all the effort that I made for this year is enough. It's the end of the year. We're at the end of the wand cycle, and I'm going to allow myself to just lay my wands down and acknowledge everything that has come of this year because of my efforts. If you find yourself struggling with this devil energy and really feeling the need to do more or be more or plan more or anything outside of this present moment magic that Dolphin is gifting you with, really, really think about everything that you've accomplished this year. That is a really good tonic. Really good tonic. What have not what didn't get done yet? Not what do I want to do next year? What have I gotten accomplished this past year? I think it's going to bring it into a healthy perspective for you and give you a leash or a license to allow yourself to just be and pat yourself on the back for that. So your outcome is strength. We talked about strength and the star. Beautiful Aquarian energy. This is wish fulfillment. This is that, oyster pearl, the pearl that is, comes into existence as a defense mechanism because the oyster is reacting to the foreign particles and the sand bits that are trying to get in there. So it forms the pearl as a defense mechanism. And that's the most valuable aspect of it, right? It's another way of saying, back to your meditation, that steady momentum, your efforts, your struggles, like everything that you've put in to, your life, your work, your home, whatever this is for you is, is going to yield and has yielded a life in which you have a lot to be grateful for and a lot of wishes that have already come true, right? And it's been because of the results of your own effort and your own fortitude. Leo and Aquarius are also both fixed signs, I'm noticing here, which fixed signs aren't the best with change either. I feel like it's another message for you to just allow yourself to be where you are. Try being a fixed sign during this period. and just planting your roots down and just being in the present moment. I feel like there could be some lost opportunity for some inspiration coming down the line too. Some really happy changes or happenstance or lucky moments that you could miss if you're coming from a Nine of Wands energy as opposed to an Ace of Wands. Now your oracle here, your Yule oracle, number 4, number of foundation, ceremony. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. This ceremony, this is very much about, like we've been talking about, it's renewal. You can see there's a naked body under this sheer, can you see that? Kind of shroud here. This is very much about allowing what has been passed into the previous year, let it go, enact a ceremony for yourself, whether this is a quick mental exercise or an actual ceremony for yourself. Oh, and really set the intention to cleanse what has been so that you can welcome what is to come with open arms and space. I feel like for some of you, you're carrying a lot of stuff already. So you don't necessarily, if something new were to come to you, you don't necessarily have an open hand, like a free hand to reach out and take it. And that's what this is coming through with this ceremony here. Allow yourself to just let go of what's been, put things down that, you don't need to take into the next year or that you've gone as far as you can with them, right? Appreciate everything that has come to fruition from from your own efforts thus far, and then hold space for what's new to come. Build within your energy, let that fire be relit within you, and allow yourself to enjoy this time. It is precious, it's unique, and you don't know when it's going to come back again. So do as nature does. Welcome the stillness and the present moment. It's really, really beautiful, Gemini. So with that being said, I so hope this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Give me a like, a follow, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much also for all of your positive feedback about my latest video, about the book I have being published next year. If you haven't checked out that video yet, go ahead and give it a watch and then holler at me in the comments. I'm really excited to hear what you guys think and share this with you. And with that being said, just thank you, Gemini, so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.